Hello and welcome to another modern stream. We're gonna be playing some more Titan Vial today. The event, the Mana Traders event that's gonna be happening this week, which is basically a tournament that happens every single month. Not month, week, sorry. Last month it was Legacy, and this month is gonna be Modern. So because of that, I actually want to be a part of the event this time around. So we're gonna see how that goes. But for that, I want to make sure that I can that I'm tuning Titan Vial because it is probably what I'm going to be playing in the event. So I expect that there will be a lot of prowess. I think that at this point it's just silly to think that some form of prowess, whether you like mono red, red black, or blue red, sometimes even red white is okay. But like some form of prowess is just the best deck in the format. So because of that, I wanted to add the Celestial Purge count up a little bit. You still want to have access to Path to Exile in that matchup, but the cost is pretty high to give them a land because they can actually idolize their extra mana so well. And they play so few lands, so the chances of them flooding is not very high. So like giving them a land is definitely a very, very big cost. So I am using Purge instead. We're gonna see how that works out. How's the head doing? It's okay. It was bad yesterday. Yesterday was pretty bad, but today it's a little bit better. At least good enough to try a league. You know, if I'm not feeling well, I will just I'll just leave it at that. You know, but for now, I think I'm gonna be okay. So yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. I've been liking going up to the 28th land, so I changed. I had another basic forest. I think that because I want to be able to cast Celestial Purge consistently and stuff, I think I'm gonna go with the fetch for now instead. Haven't tuned into the stream for a while. How's Titanfall shaping up? It's been fine so far, Trex. I am sitting pretty at about 74% win rate over 130 matches at this point. Honestly, I just wish I had more time to test the deck out of stream as well, which is something that I have not been doing. Yesterday I played 2 leagues, and both of them I played them with the better version of Titan Vial, and it just sucked. I couldn't win a game to save my life. This hand is excellent though. I don't know, man. Like the green white reclaimer that's been going around, just cutting all the vials and like adding lands instead and stuff like that is just, I don't know. It didn't treat me well at all. Anyway, split FNM with this deck, went 0-3 and drop, lost to Goblin, Sultai, Urza, and Mardu Shadow. Yep, it happens. Like yesterday I went, not yesterday, like 2 days ago at this point. I played 1 league and I went 0-4, and then I played the second league and I almost 5-0'd. So you sometimes hit, you know, streaks. It's something that happens. Huh, so it's not Shadow. When they went turn 1 Delta Go, I expected this to be Shadow, but seems like it isn't. Now we're just gonna do the thing. What do you think of the 34 lands in 4 Cyborg list? It's interesting. I don't know if Bolt is where my man would go in this metagame. I understand not wanting to play this member, but like Bolt doesn't really kill the prowess threats, which is the single thing that I want to kill the most. I mean, it does, but like you need to. It doesn't reliably kill. That's probably the correct phrasing. It doesn't reliably kill the prowess threats. You need a lot of practice with lines. I mean, I can tell you that this deck is a lot harder to play than most people think it is. Even I sometimes make some mistakes that I'm just like, what am I even doing here? Feel like an idiot. The deck is a lot more challenging to play than your average mid-range deck. No, I'm just playing the Reclaimer game here. Like, my Reclaimer just... I untapped twice with the Reclaimer. I'm feeling in fine shape just because of that. My opponent's gonna need to do something. The only unfortunate thing is that we drew our Celestia Sanctuary, because if my opponent does have field, then I would probably be interested in using it. You know, like using it to protect my lands from a Field of Ruin or whatever. It seems like my opponent is some Miracles, though. Blue-white Miracles. They left 2 cards on top, so I expect a Terminus here. No Terminus. Huh. I am very confused then. I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing until my opponent makes me do something indifferent. Field Bant to Rapallo, Stoneforge. Astral Rend almost complete. Oh, nice. So let's get a Snow Forest. That's so much mana. Astral Rend almost complete. Just waiting for the Birds of Paradise in the main man in 2011. In 2001, birds were the rage. Everybody wanted them, and now they're like $5 a pop. Yeah, for sure. Times have changed indeed. Playing our Mana League very nicely here. Opponent gets back path to exile, that's fine. That means no Terminus, which is probably a good thing. Sure. Not for 4. Maybe I should have gotten a field there. Hey, Thorn Wrath, how's it going? Leave Reclaimer unchecked. Is that when you cast when an opponent waits 3 turns to deal with it after? Yeah, exactly. That's definitely interesting. They might path the cursor, but yeah, this dex plays so few lands, it's insane. It just can't be right for this deck to play that little amount of lands. Nice. We draw some cards. Love to see it. They're gonna have to counter this. Or not. Kind of sitting pretty here. If they path one of my dudes, Shark Typhoon, you got it. Got trophy number 6, nice, nice. Path my Courser. Well, I guess I'm gonna be calling anyway, so I think I'm actually going to take this basic here. Fairy Time Braveler, you got it. Probably wants a zombie. Oh! Whoops. I messed that up. Now I can't call. Okay, so... attack with everything. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can Dryad plus activate Golos. I think I'm gonna go for that. So, green, black, red, white, blue. Pog. Whew! Alright. I mean, I suspect that my opponent is going to be doing something here, right? Like they're gonna have like some kind of wrath effect or whatever. Still doesn't matter. Still correct for me to like play out all my stuff and whatever, but yeah, they have to have like a Terminus or something, right? Okay. Omen of the Sea. But if they do have a Wrath effect and they tap out for it, then I can call on their end step and I can... go get Titan. Hardcast Terminus. Yeah. Well, all of these go back into the deck, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this resolve. I probably don't care about the extra land here. And I'm going to get to resolve my Titan. My opponent's going to draw a path. Make a Sombo. Call. Prime time. LOL. So now we just have lethal. I mean, it's not like I was too concerned about getting lethal, right? But that just makes things a lot easier. What I would have done is I would have gotten Bojuka Bog plus another field, and then we have lethal on the following turn, so it's not like it would have been too tough to get there anyway. Would have fetched to getting 6 damage plus quality. There was no Valakut. Yep, there was no Valakut in play. We got Thalia. I can cut Steve in this matchup, and do we care about this guy? Gal. I guess I don't like Gargaroth anyway, so. Like Garastai's medium, but I don't think it's. Might go try Will's List. Yeah, by all means. Sand is insane. A really good hand. Very, very good hand. Now the question is, do I go for Vial on 2? Or do I just cast Thalia? I think I'm gonna go for second Vial. I think I'm actually gonna go for second Vial here. Nice Terminus, opponent. What? Oh, they just want to have it in the yard? That makes a little bit of sense. They just want to have it in the yard so they can like get it back with Mystic Sanctuary whenever they want. That makes sense. That makes sense. Like it's a kind of like a next level play of sorts, but this is kind of awkward, but I think it's probably correct. So I'm just gonna call right now for Reclaimer. Or we can violate Reclaimer on their end step. But by sequencing like this, my opponent cannot gust, Mana Leak, Remand, whatever my call, because there's a Thalia in play. But we're gonna get the Reclaimer engine going next turn. What do we got here? Timely Reinforcements. Sure. That's good. That resolves. You got me, opponent. I have been successfully got. Triple Dryad doesn't excite me too much. But it's okay. We're gonna probably have both Vials on 3. Which is certainly interesting. Go to Plains. Case Heroes, 15 months of primetime, hell yeah. Welcome back to the primetime stronghold. Really appreciate it. We can't really get Valakut going here, unfortunately. So I kind of want to tech edge. We can tech edge their field or their Hallowed Fountain, maybe. So we're gonna keep this one on 3. I'm going to bring the other one up to 3 as well. Something good here. Illidan's Skull. That certainly counts as something good. We can get a Raminap here, which would be pretty good actually. Funny that I like if they spend a bunch of mana to answer my Thalia, that's just great for me. Ashiok. It's kind of annoying. Oh yeah, my opponent's a Minuser. The only issue now is that we're gonna be overextending into the Wrath, but that's fine. I'm gonna tick 1 up to 4. They're gonna get back timely? Terminus. So we're gonna wait until they cast this. Still on their draw step. And after this resolves, we're gonna Vial in Eidolon. Oh, nice. They minused again. They just couldn't help it, huh? So I guess they have a Shark Typhoon. It's the only thing that really makes sense. Huh. That's weird. That's it? Like, they have no more cards? That's it. This is what they got. And they're drawing it timely here. Okay. They better draw something good, because if I answer this Ashiok, we just win the game. So they have to draw something pretty solid here. Maybe I should have held that land, because I might want to call for yeah, actually I might want to call for... Oh yes, classic for the tracker. Why? Why would you ever, in a million years, do what my opponent just did? What would... I don't understand, man. I just don't understand. Why do people not think? It's so frustrating. I don't know why I take this so personally too. Like I'm just like offended whenever whenever people do this kind of thing against me. It's just like, opponent, I want to help you out. Let me help you out, opponent. Let me help you out. Oh, sweet. So we have no more Valakids. So there's that. But there's also no reason for us to do anything right now. Let me just attack. I think I'm gonna call for Tracker, actually. What is this? Jace the Mind Sculptor. Better than all. So they can't cast anything here, so. Very, very important to make sure that we get rid of this Jace. So let's get Field and Jukibog, I guess. This is gonna force the fetch. Okay, so they definitely have a Terminus on top. So otherwise that was the moment that they could have fetched for another Mystic Sanctuary. Unless they don't have another Mystic Sanctuary, which is also possible. Eternal Witness is very interesting. Love to see that. Knight of Autumn. Okay, so we're gonna do attack Jace, attack them, attack them, attack them. I was allowed to attack, so I have to assume that Field. This is okay. So there's another Field and probably Castle Garenbreg. Let's do Ghost Quarter to prevent cryptic loops. I don't really understand how my opponent thinks that they're gonna win this. Doesn't strike me as particularly possible for them to win this. Raminab is still in the deck. Good stuff, good stuff. Sure, let's do this. The question is, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna chill here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, like, my opponent's gonna do their thing, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to Eternal Witness back Illidanbri's Call after they swipe the board. I guess they can't anymore, so this doesn't matter. But I was playing around the sweeper. Like, my opponent's already dead to the board, right? So I was going to end up, after the sweeper resolves, I was going to Vial in Eternal Witness, get back Illidanbri's Call. I was gonna call for the Primeval Titan, Vial it in again. And my opponent thinks that they can cast another spell, but they can't. And they have conceded. Eidolon has honestly overperformed in my experience against the control decks. Like, they really thrive on being able to play multiple spells a turn. And Eidolon just locking things out has been very, very good. I'm looking at the new, the 2/3 Flying Griffin that does the same thing as Eidolon. I'm probably going to just like make that switch straight up from the new set. And I think that it's going to be worse against Lightning Bolt, which I do bring in Eidolons against Storm, which plays Lightning Bolt, and I also bring Eidolons against Prowess, which also plays Lightning Bolt, and the card is good against both decks. But like you're probably gaining a lot of percentages. Yeah, are we staying true to 100% winner after Reality Titan? Yep, we are. And again, people keep making fun of the Aether Vials, and like my favorite part is like people that have never played with the card, that they keep making fun of the Aether Vials and saying that it doesn't work or it doesn't do anything. And it's just like, I just keep playing matches like the one that I just played, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just it's weird, but it is what it is. I played 2 full leagues yesterday with the green-white reclaimer list, and I went 1-4 and 2-3, and it's just like, it just felt bad. I can't really explain it. Like, people have been doing well with the deck and everything, so it is a thing, but I don't know. Like, I played against Death Shadow, and I kept a hand with like Path to Exile, Purge, and like a bunch of things, and I just like, I couldn't cast any of my spells because my mana base was Basic Forest, Field of the Dead, Blast Zone, and an Invalakut, and it's just like, well, guess there's that, huh? Like, look at this hand, for example. We're on the play, we're going to have turn 1 Vial, turn 2 Vial, and we're going to have to... like, our mana is fixed, basically. Sorry about that. Was able to mute right on time like a true professional. Basic Mountain. Blue-red Prowess, I guess. Oh, Breeding Pool. Rain and Ticks. So I'm gonna copy the Breeding Pool and just pass. I think we're gonna be better off playing the Vial game here. If my opponent is on a wreck deck, usually game 1 is pretty rough against this style of decks, but games 2 and 3 things get a little bit better. It all hinges on whether they have access to Nexus of Fate or they don't. That's kind of the only thing that really matters. So I think I'm just going to play a tracker here. It plays into my opponent's remand, but I want to hold up Knight of Autumn because they might have Wilderness Wreck. I don't expect my opponent to have Mana Leak. Yeah, they have Remand. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna just do this. I'm getting kind of punished for doing it, but okay. Yep. Like I said. I think we're gonna go up with both Vials here. Trying to get into Gargaroth territory. Interesting. Okay. Foff. This is kind of problematic. Well, I guess that they have... So let's do this. Because they have a Wren. Finding a blast on there is kind of brutal for us. Thank you for the follow. Sunon. Misty Sanctuary got back what? Oh, nothing. Oh no, they got back Mystic Sanctuary back to hand. Blow that up. And I think that we're just going to let this go. We call for Titan and then we cast Titan. It seems like the best option, right? This is where I should find Legendary Titan Vial meme deck. Whatever you want to call it, my friend. Whatever makes you happy. So now we bog plus field. They do have a Cryptic in hand, which is annoying. Probably gonna have to field here main phase and get it back with Ren. Oh, maybe they have Uro. That card's real messed up, man. That Uro card. Real messed up. They have another wreck. Shit. Well, that's gonna be rough. That is going to be rough. So cryptic tap and draw here. I think I'm gonna hold on to this clue. Like this Thalia, with the Wilderness Wreck in place, I don't think this Thalia is gonna really do anything. Yeah, my opponent's draw was really good. Yeah, we're probably better off backing it in at this point, I think. What is the probability of we're getting banned? I don't know. Probably not that high. Why ban Uro if Ulamog is legal? Well, the deck building requirements of one versus the deck building requirements for the other one are vastly different, so yeah. I don't understand what anything has to do with anything. Yeah, so we're probably dead at this point. Yeah, the rec decks have proved to be a problem for this deck. Normal control decks are usually very easy, but when we get to this point, as we just saw in the previous game, right? Like this, the Titan Vial deck actually does a pretty decent job, sorry, at putting your opponents in a spot where their mana is taxed in multiple different ways. This card just shits on that. this card doesn't give a fuck. It's just like, and when we cannot really attack the control deck on its mana, like the angles of attack that we get are a lot more limited. To be fair, I feel like we were doing kind of fine until my opponent. I think we were doing kind of okay until my opponent used. Oh, that's brutal. We're doing okay until they blew up my vials. When they blew up my vials with the blast zone, that's when everything just went downhill. But Yeah, I don't think we have a shot anymore. They have a Cryptic in hand already. If they show me a Nexus, I'm just gonna back it in. Fuck their fiction. Like, whatever, this just doesn't matter. They're gonna get Renault next turn, Infinite Fofs. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have 9 mana as is. Holy shit. Oh, nice. We're growth spiraling as well. Some good value. They let me attack. Man, just keep drawing terribly. So they're probably going to throw a bunch of dudes in front of the... I guess that we can trade Uros. Yeah, probably trade Uros and like put one zombie in front of each one of these. Yep. Trade Uros, trade Titans, I mean. The problem is I don't think that we can really afford to bring in Celestial Purge against this deck. So I think what's going to happen here is my opponent just has a Nexus in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're going to cast it right now. So they're going to have 2 turns next turn. Oh, just big shark. Expansion explosion. Okay. Didn't they have lethal next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I guess that they can just like cast it again, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Sure. 12. They have exactly lethal. Okay. Why deal exactly lethal when you can just cast Uro and prolong the game for no reason, right? Oh man. I mean, I assume that's what they were setting up. Like, why would they do this end step if they were not gonna kill me? I'm so confused. I'm so confused, chat. What's going on? Okay. Oh man. And it's so brutal that they're doing this, and my Reclaimer is only a 1/2 because I only have 2 lands in the yard. It's just, I can't even punish them for doing this. It makes me so sad. Bold face, okay. Bold face again. Okay, so I guess that they had lethal in a way more convoluted roundabout way. Sounds good. Nexus. Okay. They just keep going. They just keep going. Alright, you want to play this game, opponent? I'll play this game. You want to play this game? Let's go. Let's play this game. I'll block you. Oh no! Retraced bolt. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, game number 2. Tech Edge we like. As I said, Eidolon is actually surprisingly good in this matchup. I think that's gonna be kind of it. They came to play. Yeah, I guess. My opponent came out to play. I respect that. I sometimes do that. Like, I just have lethal and I just like choose to ping all of my opponent's dudes instead of actually killing them. Sometimes you just want to, just want to have fun, Against the non-path decks, I think the Streamloaf Druid is actually okay. I think I do like Arasta again against the non-path decks, non-sweeper decks. Eidolon, as I said earlier, it's actually quite good. Excavator, it's okay against the fields. Could cut a Courser. I think Courser is okay. Just got the castle. Sure. I think I'm probably gonna bottom the Druid here. But I'm expecting my opponent to have some form of like a braid, you know, something like that. The deck is toxic. Played on Wednesday. Got paired against double blue white. Man, it's gonna be some long matches. I mean, we're up. We're the ones with the Vial triggers, and we are up 8 minutes. Che triatrium. Sure. Yeah, I was expecting some number of braids from my opponent's deck for sure. Okay. So command to see the deck list. There you go. Missing land drops against control. Not where you wanna be. Okay. I think we're just gonna pass. Probably play the land though. Foff. Lands versus spells. Gabo Ramirez 78, thank you for the follow. They kept spells. Interesting. It's pretty good for us, actually. Ah, fuck. This card is messed up in this deck. This is like as good as Ren would want to be in Jund. Like, this is the big Ren deck. Like, Ren is so insanely busted in this deck. To blow that up, so that's not that bad. They still get to Nexus on the following turn though. Okay, now I think I'm going to bring this up to 4 actually. For the landfall triggers? No, it's there because I want my mana to be a little bit better, basically. So let's play a Courser. I guess I should have filed in Arasta first. That was really bad. That was really bad. I missed on a free one too. Do I want Courser on top? Guess I don't. I mean, the good thing is that this means that they didn't use the Gust for the Arasta, so I guess it's not the end of the world. I guess it's not the end of the world. An Arasta might do some work here. As long as there's no Uro, we're probably okay. The second that Uro comes down, that's when we start losing. And Arasta was an early 4 drop, so the Vial is going to take up to 5 because we can draw Golos. Arasta is kind of okay here. This also now allows me to use Iwet to get back the Knight of Autumn to blow up another wreck if I need to, so that's also not bad. What do you got, opponent? What do you got over there? Feels like they are so close to taking over, but not quite there. Oh man, I'm 1 land short of double spelling. I have to play the Eidolon though, because this means that my opponent cannot really... Like, if they Nexus, they still cannot do many things. They're gonna be able to do some stuff, but... they're not gonna be able to set up like a multiple spells turn. I think the Vial ticked up to 4 was correct because Arasta is what's giving me a shot here. Without the Arasta, my opponent would be just free to do whatever the hell they wanted. So here we're gonna see the Nexus, which means they're gonna be taking 2 turns in a row, which is brutal, but at least they can only play 1 spell on every single one of those turns. And every spell that they play gives me Spider. Sanctuary, get back Foff. Yeah. Okay. Have you seen the landfall creature that gives us attacks? Yep, I saw it. Seems quite bad. I mean, it's bad in modern. Like whenever I say that a card is good or bad, I always look at it through the lenses of the modern format because that's what I play. So, that's what I mean by that. Maybe it's good in standard. I don't know. So this kills Eidolon, and all of these doesn't. So I guess we split it like this. This also, it's low-key great for us because like the Urza is now in their hand, so that's just gonna take 2 turns for them to get it back. Do I Thalia here? Yeah, because that basically time walks my opponents, right? Because they're forced to anger. They anger, and that's another time walk. Sure. Fields versus the rest, because field is the only thing that allows my opponent to actually double spell, quote unquote. Like to do two things that are meaningful. Of course, they take the field because they're not stupid. I know things are gonna get rough. So they also found the second Uro, which is pretty brutal because allows them to play the Uro this turn. Oh, so that's the ability is bad. I mean, it's six mana, right? Whenever you have a card that you are spending 6 mana on, you have to ask yourself, is this better than casting a Primeval Titan? Because that's literally what you're doing, right? And if the answer is yes, maybe you have something, but I guarantee that the answer is never going to be yes. Basically, ever. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of just what it is. God damn it, this deck. So many angles of attack. So many angles of attack. I wonder if against, because I don't like Path to Exile against the Bant lists. I don't think it's very good there. But I wonder if I should have a path against specifically this deck, against the Wilderness Reclamation decks. No attacks? Okay, so my opponent's just gonna tap my team. Feels like that's what's up. Play Uro again. Ugh. Crufix. This Eidolon is doing work though. Otherwise, like, this game would not be close. In fact, I would not be surprised if my opponent Cryptics. Oh, wow. Really, opponent? Is this how this game is gonna end? Oh, I should have made zombies before doing this. That was a pretty bad mistake, actually. I mean, at this point, I think the clock is my win condition. Yeah, I should have had 2 free zombies there. That's bad. Yeah, those 2 zombies are gonna cost me. Stupid zombies. Okay, so we can't block with these dudes, because otherwise their anger becomes good, so... I think I'm gonna block 1. This is a free block. We take 6, 7, 8, and 12. We take 12. What happens if we trade with the Uro? I think we have to block like this, unfortunately. Stupid 1-2 spiders. Why couldn't you be 2-2s? Why couldn't you be 2-2s? God damn it. Look, we're with a spider. I don't think that really changes much in a relevant way. This one. Now this one. Spog him. I don't think we can survive this attack though. Particularly with my opponent getting 4 more zombies. I think this is just like a lethal attack. Let's see. Is Uro gonna kill them? Is the Uro trigger? The Uro trigger kill them. And they say Uro is too strong, right? And they say Uro is too strong. I feel dirty by counting this as a win. I'm not gonna actually. I'm just gonna count this as a loss. That's a 1-1 record. Why did I win? Because my opponent took forever to play that game. They timed out. Remember when my opponent had the lethal, but instead they made like 7 more actions, 7 more game actions. That's why it would have been good for them to do it quickly. I think I'm gonna keep this hand actually. It's pretty nice. It's not like insane or anything, but so we're gonna fetch shock onto play Thalia. Probably gets counter. Then on 3 we can Eternal Wind this it back. Segoth Triumph. Maybe they have like Remand or something. But this hand doesn't play around Remand particularly well, so I have to jam into it. I'll play them by making their brain overheat. Yeah, I don't know. Like, my opponent made they made a lot of, like, slower plays, to call it somehow. So whatever I play is going to get countered. I think I'm going to go for Dryad, though, because Dryad allows me to next turn double spell if this were to resolve somehow. I don't think it's going to, but if it were to, it allows me to double spell, which my other cards don't. Mana leak, okay. Okay, no Wilderness Wreck is good. Udo again. This guy is starting to get Oko status. This guy is starting to get Oko status in my book. In terms of just like cards that are just irritating to play against, you know? Just like cards that you don't want to see on the other side. Not because they're too powerful or anything, even though it is pretty messed up in terms of power level. But more because of I have to find Bog here, so I just have to get lucky. I didn't. But in terms of like annoyance, right? In terms of just how annoying and frustrating they are to play against. Just like the Fairy Time Rattler. But I think that this card is actually at a power level that it's bannable, and Teferi is not. I don't think Teferi is ever going to get banned. But I think there is a chance that Urza does. It's real high on the groan test, precisely. That's a great way of putting it. That's an absolutely great way of putting it. That's interesting. This is draw step. They blow up my field. Okay. I might have a push too. God damn it. So I think we want a Thalia and we want a Dryad here. And we're drawing Shockland, so I want to shuffle that away. Just printer 19 didn't happen, make all cards printed back. Then just delete on the format, found and solved. Yeah, I wish it were that easy to fix. Should release cards that are generally good and very good against Urza. Yeah. It definitely needs like something, right? We gotta do something about this card. It's getting to a point where it's problematic, right? I don't think I expect this to ever be able to resolve, but fact or fiction? They don't have this enabled. Okay, so they're gonna be able to answer. I guess they probably still have a counterspell for this thing, right? They're just doing that in response for value. Interesting. Well, we have to Valak it here, so there's that. Like, there's no real way around this. We have to hope that this works. And then they just get it back again. Bullshit. Push this. With friction. Damn. Too real. Now they just get it again. This is getting frustrating. This is getting real fucking frustrating. It's possible that we are in bad shape now, but unfortunately I don't think I can really concede just yet. Because like I still don't know what deck my opponent is on, right? Like my sideboard is gonna change whether they are on something like what Spike has been playing with, like gifts and stuff, or if they are playing something like just like more Rex and Nexus of Fate, like that kind of stuff. Seems like Dex needs something like an Ooze in the cyber for this kind of matches. I don't think that Ooze does what you want it to do that well. That's the problem with it. So at this point we can kill the Udo, which is what I'm the most concerned about. Now it's a matter of... I think that I kind of want to hold on to this Ghost Squatter, so... Let's say we do this. The problem is if they have another Foth, they can just like recast the Uro again. That's what makes this so frustrating. Early Reclaimer is something necessary. Yeah, Early Reclaimer helps a lot. Early Reclaimer does help a lot. So they do have a push. Push my Thalia. Okay. They missed the land drop right there. So I think we chill here. We might actually have a shot here. If my opponent somehow doesn't have... Fuck me. If they don't have a way to trigger Uro, it's just like, of course they have a way to trigger Uro. God damn it. I think we just YOLO, right? We just have to call for Titan and hope that it sticks. Also, 3 Dryads are dead at this point, so we only have 1 Dryad left. Our Ewit has already been used. It's getting tough out here, Chad. It's getting tough. So it is kind of Spike's list. So it's basically Typhoon versus Snapcaster, and I'd rather they get the Snapcaster instead of the Typhoon, so I think that we split it like this. Okay. Loam for Delta and Field. Alright, so this Titan's gonna resolve. Have you considered Hall of Helios land? No, I don't. I'm not interested in that. The mana is already bad. The mana in this deck is already bad. So you don't want to be playing more cards that make your mana worse, you know? So their hand is Field plus something else. We going full Sombo now. Well, one of my Field is gone, so this is the second one, and then we're gonna need a Vesuva. If I get to attack with the Titan, which probably I won't. They have 7 cards in hand. There's the Field, and then they have a Fetch. They have a Delta that I know about. They have a Delta that I know about. No attacks is interesting. Just crypt your counter draw, counter tap. Yep, counter tap. Now they're just gonna be drawing. I guess they have Snapcaster even. Yeah, well, same thing that happened earlier. Like I am out of cards, but my opponent didn't Snapcaster. If they, no, I guess they couldn't. They don't have. They are missing 1 blue mana. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so Eidolon, Arasta. Do I want some number of Path to Exile is the question. And I feel like I don't want Knight. Doesn't seem like my opponent's playing Wilderness Wreck. We're totally gonna get wrecked by... We're gonna get wrecked by Wilderness Wreck, huh? Smart. Smart humor. Smart humor. Thank you. Thank you. Good stuff. Anyway, I think this is where I wanna be. I wonder if I should actually be using Spring Loop. The thing is, my opponent is not gonna have like a braids and stuff. They might have decays though. Oh, that's right. I have Reclaimer in my deck. Look at that. Sand is excellent. It's easy to sometimes forget that we're actually playing a Reclaimer deck over here. We got the push OP. Having both Bog and Sanctuary in hand sucks, because these are cards that are very, very good in our deck, so we can get them whenever we need them. So that kind of sucks, but it's okay. Okay, so we get to untap. Obviously good for us. Have you commented already on the blue conundrum card? Looks busted in modern, horrible for our deck. I don't think it's busted. I think it's gonna be just a fine sidle card. And I think that it's going to see play. I think that it's definitely going to see play. And yes, I think it's going to be very good against Amulet specifically. It's going to be good against Titan Vial as well, but not as good as it will be against Amulet. My opponent can gust my Reclaimer here, but that's fine. Okay, so that was their draw for turn, because otherwise they would have done that earlier. So we do that, and I think we probably get Valakut here, actually. We could also get... I mean, it's between Valakut and Field or Tech Edge. Those are the options. Tech Edge actually sounds very good. Definitely going after the green source. Andrea, how's it going? Happy Friday to you as well, my friend. How's it hanging? How's Sarkin? Could see Maymore played in blue-white given its interaction with Pathfield, Rune, and the fact that it triggers stack and it makes fetches crumblesome. Yeah, I think that you are undervaluing... I think that you are undervaluing how powerful Prowess is as a deck, if I'm being honest. So as long as Prowess is a deck, I don't think that that card can have any main deck play. Foff. So I just make my opponent choose between green mana or Blast Zone. Okay, so they chose the green mana. It's one less cryptic, which is nice. Can hate me next week, you take him to the vet? Oh yeah. Cats love the vet, of course. Okay. don't have Cryptic Mana. So I'm just gonna get back Deck Edge here. Oh, I can get back Reclaimer. That seems a lot better, actually. We can Vial it in at any time. Blast someone is gone. Looking for another land here. Are you still on the Titan Vial train or back to normal? I mean, the Titan. I mean, I'm playing Titan Vial right now. I think it's quite good, or at least I have been having good results with it. I guess this attack is free. Because even if they make a shark, fuck me, they have Nexus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's literally no good split for me here, right? Yeah, there's no split for me here. I've not seen Reclamation, which is interesting. Down to 4. Murdered Catacombs. The good thing is that they don't have really too much freedom in terms of like they don't have too much freedom in terms of how to fetch and shock and stuff, you know. Never mind. They have it all. Never mind. Forgive me for a second there. I thought that for a second there I thought that we had a game. Never mind. They can do whatever they want. In fact, they can get back Uru here if they wanted to. Remember how there for a second, like they have no green mana. I had a board state. Remember when that happened? Did that ever happen? Was all of that just a dream? Maybe all of that was just a dream. And now I woke up and this is the saddest reality. No. They have a go for the throat in hand that I know of. Lol. Lol. On this board state, they should probably kill the Dryad, I think. And they should do it right now. Yeah, I don't think that's the play. I think killing the Dryad would have been better for them. Because now I can just like crack clues into Valakut. It's not gonna happen because I'm the unluckiest, but now if I draw Valakut, I actually win. Valakut? One time. Sad face. Yeah, here I'm just doing stuff here, but it actually doesn't really matter at this point. I guess I should have played this first and cracked. And then yeah, no, never mind. This is fine. Yeah, I was just dead. I couldn't win anymore. I was thinking that I could have played land, but then I would have used already all my land drops, so. Anyway, isn't that fun? Also, we're three matches in, and I'm almost 2 hours into the stream. But yeah, I'm just gonna use my right to the rule 104.3a. And Urza sure is a frustrating card to play against. Sure is a frustrating card to play against. Kung Pao Pao. Don't think we can keep this hand. We can certainly keep this one. And bottom one of these skulls. Oh, the Urza deck. That's funny. That deck actually has seen pretty sweet. For those of you that don't know about it, was it last week or was it the week before? I can't remember. But there was an Urza deck that won a challenge, which looked super sweet. I've seen Witching Well Modern since like October. Yeah, that sounds about right, honestly. Okay. I think they might have Rebuke. I think they might have Rebuke actually, so I'm just not gonna do anything. Just go ahead and tap, play my land, say go. Now we have access to Bog if we need it. If they ever tap out, we can call for Dryad. So they're tapping out for this, so I think I'm just gonna let them activate Emery and everything, because I'm gonna go get Flagstones, then I'm gonna call for Dryad, Vial this in, I'm gonna sacrifice, go get Valakut, and we're gonna get to kill the Emery. So I think this is fine. Like, my opponent gets to draw a couple of cards, but the Emery is gonna be gone for good. I can take it from there. Flagstones, untap, Vial up to 3. Again, only we would only be able to make this play because I have Aether Vial in my deck. So call, Dryad, Violin, Dryad. Do this, sacrifice here. Go get Temple Garden. And go get Valakut. Play land. Trigger Valakut. Kill Emery. The question is, do I want to develop my mana, or do I want to hold on to a land in hand? I think I'm just going to develop my mana. Feels like I'm going to be using my mana a lot. So bye-bye Emery, even if my opponent, like, they need to kill the Dryad before they can continue playing this game. So even if they have like an Urza or something, I'm not that scared of it. Like, it's not great, but I'm not too scared of the Urza. So with the trigger on the stat, we're going to Vial in response. We're drawing a Dryad. Pog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I guess we'll leave these on 3. And here I'm actually going to kill the Construct. Now my opponent doesn't have Rebuke anymore. No more Rebuke mana. Now we're going to play Golos. And if this Golos resolve, we actually have lethal, so. So get Flagstones. Reclaimer, sack Flagstones, get second Valakut. Pew pew, pew pew. GG's. Or is it still a deck I'm impressed? Yeah, it won an event last week. It won a challenge. Do we want Eidolons against Urza? Maybe? Maybe. Thought they banned enough artifacts to kill it already. I mean, I think that Urza is a fine card. I think the hatred towards Urza is largely unfounded. It's actually a pretty, like, it's a powerful card, but like so is Primeval Titan. I think that Urza is pillar of the format power level, you know, like that is like the tag where I would put it. Udo is a little bit past pillar of the format power level. Udo is just a little bit past that. Primeval Titan is the strongest creature in Modern? No, I think Udo is the strongest creature in Modern. Udo, then Primeval Titan. And I think, honestly, that Swift Spear is in the top 5. What about Emrakul 1515? That's cute. Okay. Turn to Emrakul. Those were the times, right, Andrea? Those were the times. I mean, I'm gonna play this Thalia, and it's gonna be great. And maybe they counter it. And if they do, then they just like stone rain themselves. Perfect mana from OP. I like the fact that now you can play Urza with like not necessarily snow basics, sorry. Alright. There's the Lord High Artificer. Okay, nothing busted, which is good for us. I think this is an idle on turn, actually. Might work on a Grixis Gorios version next week. Nice. I remember Gorios. I also remember that one time there was a Footsteps of the Gorios deck. I can't remember what it was about anymore, but I remember that it was a deck for a hot second there. I mean, if this is how this game is gonna go, I'm probably okay with this. Interesting. I think I'm gonna try it here, develop my mana. Cannot get gusted because Thalia. Yeah, the bubble hold deck, yeah. And you sacrifice infinite with like body double and stuff like that. It was a cute deck. It was never really particularly good, but it was always pretty cute. They can path something if they wanted to here, but that's literally it. Remy Strange, thank you for the follow. Create a food token. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they're just spinning Urza here and they find any non-creature spell, they can't cast it. Unless they have a land. Thalia, I mean, this combo is doing some serious work right here. Okay, so they do have it. Okay. It still time walks them. It's not like they had a particularly productive turn. Has Soko been banned in Modern just yet? Yes, yes it has. Very, very much so. Very, very much so. Doing this allows me to Eladamir Skull on my opponent's end step. What would I call for? Probably calling for Golos or Primetime. Well, I guess that now we don't really need that, right? Because we just have access to a Reclaimer or Dryad next turn. Could you imagine Ura and Oko together? Yeah. What a joke. Sure. I guess we're gonna go get another one of those. We'll block your Urza. In case you're wondering, I am going to block your Urza if you attack like this. Yep. They have another path. Gusto. Don't want to draw that guy. I guess we're drawing prime time, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, sure. This is fine. Now that they gave me the mana to cast the Titan. Oof, that's real nice. So we're gonna Titan, go get Valakut. I guess we can get Valakut Field. They can't cast Gust because of Thalia, so... So, Valakut, Field of the Dead. Good Sambos. I guess this is a free attack, so I might as well get in there. So only one Cryptic gone, which means that they probably have other Cryptics, so maybe we die here. Doesn't seem that likely, but it's certainly not impossible for us to die here. Down to 2 cards in hand, but they have a lot of mana. They're just gonna sack Witching Well. Yeah, this is a powerful engine now. It's pretty mana hungry, but mana is not the department that they're lacking in. They should definitely replay the Witching Well because it's just mana neutral for them. I guess it's not because Thalia, never mind. Thalia is doing stuff. Thalia is doing stuff, not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. One, two, three. 4. So they have 5 mana total, which is cryptic mana, of course. Definitely leading on this because we drew a second one, so that's pretty good. Maybe counter draw. So what I would expect to happen. But the good thing is that now we have Dryad plus Flameblood Druid if my opponent does something here. Gust my Dryad. Top, sure, whatever. So we play another Dryad. Springbloom Druid. Boom. Sack this. Get Plains and Forest. Oh, I just have lethal. My bad. My bad. I guess it's probably still correct to do it the way that I just did, right? Like, I just have lethal regardless, and this means that there's no trickiness, like Dismember. I guess they couldn't cast Dismember anyway. The amount of work that Thalia did that game, it's kind of mind-boggling. I don't think we would have been able to win that game without Thalia. You're never gonna let this go. It's Scroats, right? You're never gonna let it go. ¿Por qué saqué el relicario? Porque era la peor carta del mazo. Así que puse otra tierra que tenía ganas de jugar. Okay, so we're playing against Lurrus, so I have to expect this is one of the Prowess decks. I think I'm gonna keep it here. ¿Era mala carta? Era muy mediocre. Era la peor carta del mazo. Esa es la manera correcta de ponerla. No necesariamente era mala, pero era la peor carta del mazo. Sí, podías hacer cositas, pero... Sí, de nuevo, era la peor carta del mazo. Okay, so that Thalia is not an awful draw. Might slow my opponent down a little bit. Hopefully I don't have another creature here. I mean, when the Prowess decks has this kind of starts, right? Like turn 1 creature into turn 2, like trigger Prowess 20 million times, it's difficult to win regardless of which deck you're playing. Out of all the Prowess decks, though, the black-red one is the one that I'm the happiest one to see on the other side. Probably the blue-red one is the one that I'm the happiest one to see. And the mono-red one is the mediumest. Alright, Thalia, let's go. Help me out, baby. I need your help here. It was too fair for the deck. You mean Knight of the Reliquary? It's not a problem of it being too fair. The problem was that this is not a good Knight of the Reliquary deck. Like, we only had like 3 or 4 fetch lands, and like very often you just play the Knight and it was just like a strictly Wars Reclaimer, or you just need it. Of course they have the Lava Dart. When did they ever not have the Lava Dart? So it was kind of awkward in that sense. What am I supposed to do here? I think I'm just gonna play another Thalia. Just throwing Thalias under the bus every single turn. Hope to see if one sticks. They did miss a land drop. That's a big deal. Particularly if I can force my opponent to, like, you know, flashback this level art. Maybe next turn if we don't untap land we can double spell. That would be great. Something tell me good old Thalia's not gonna see the day. Yep, there we go. Ricardo me gustó porque la gente les odiaba los Rest in Peace. No, no podés tener una carta en tu mazo que hace que esperando que tu oponente juegue mal. O sea, no funciona así. No es la manera correcta de armar el mazo, ¿entendés? All the Thalias are gone now. All of my poor Thalias. Alright, don't hit your land drop. If opponent doesn't hit the land drop, we might have a shot here. Or if they don't have another Thoughtseize. If they have another Thoughtseize, then we're just dead. But I'm probably going to block the Sabbath. And then I'm going to end step call for primetime. So they need another Thoughtseize or they need to lethal me right now. Now looking forward to the next set. I think the new blue enchantment that returns land is going to make all the versions of Titan unplayable. I think that saying unplayable, it's a little bit too much. I think that it's going to be just another card that we're going to have to learn how to play through. Just like Damping Sphere, just like all of the multiple cards that we have kind of learned to play through throughout the years. But I think that saying that it's going to be unplayable, it's completely overstating things. Excited for the 2-mana red land destruction. Might actually hit Tron quick enough. Yeah. I don't think the Tron is a problem. I don't think the Tron is particularly a problem in the format. I think Uro is a problem in the format. And the fact that it's not double-sided, honestly, I think that Wizards has gotten worse in terms of their design with the years. I have no idea why that card is not double-sided. How do they not think that the blue, the Uro decks are like, what are they expecting to be the shell for that enchantment, right? Why would you not make it like the older cards, just like double-sided? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, did you really not learn anything all of these years about how to design Magic cards? Like, that seems like a really gross mishap, honestly. Sure. We tried. Opponent needed to draw exactly fetch land. They needed to cantrip into exactly fetch land to not lose that game, and that's exactly what happened, obviously. Alright, cut Vials, cut some number of Reclaimers, cut Raminap, cut one Primetime, cut Knight of Autumn against this version of the deck. Prowess is the only thing holding enchantment back from main board. modern play. For once, I'll be happy to Prowess in play. Yeah, I mean, it's like everything, you know. I think it's main deck enough, and when they set in Gust and Ashiok, it's very steep hill to overcome. No, I think that, yeah, I think that you are overstating how powerful that card really is, and you're understating how bad it is to spend your turn to your main phase even to just cycle for 2 mana. Sure, let's keep this hand. I think you're understating both things. So I'm probably gonna play Thalia on 2, so I can go squatter my forest if I need to. Of course, I would rather find any white source, but if I have to, I can go squatter my second green source, and I don't have to go squatter myself off the Temple Garden on turn 2. Definitely hope I'm right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that... Basically, if you draw that card against any aggro deck whatsoever, you are just going to lose the game on the spot. The fact that it replaces itself, it's not enough to offset how bad it would be for you to do that. So I don't think it's a main deck card. Unless ramp or the blue Uro deck is like 50 or 60% of the format. Like, the thing about Gus is that it hits something against literally half the format, maybe more, right? Like, it's backbreaking against half the format or more. So what card is this? I don't know the name still, but it's a card that was spoiled, I think, this week. It's a blue enchantment. It's called Confounding Conundrum. Confounding Conundrum. It's good against fast traps, which almost every deck uses. It is, but it isn't, right? Like, your opponent can play around them very easily. You just fetch on your opponent's turn, which is what people are often incentivized to do anyway. So... I'm not saying it's not going to be playable. It's certainly going to be very, very playable, but I think that it's not going to see main deck play, at least not at the beginning. Maybe the metagame moves in such a way that adding that card, like just playing that card in your main deck, is correct. It seems not very likely, but maybe. I mean, I can't predict the future, obviously. White source, please. Let's draw flagstones. Its effect is comparable to Lune Arbiter at worst, though. No. At best, it's comparable to Lune Arbiter, right? And Lune Arbiter costs you 2 mana. That's so much more than just like fetching on your opponent's turn. I think that Core Firewalker is going to be powerful enough that it's worth doing this. It feels really, really bad, but... I'm forcing my opponent to have exactly Fatal Push. I don't know why they made a catch and made the effect one-sided. Yeah, because they just have no idea what they're doing. I mean, they just don't test for Eternal formats. And the really irritating thing is that this one is almost gonna be as impactful in Standard, which is the most stupid thing. It's just like how the hell do you not, like, Auto mirrors are gonna be all about this stupid card now. It's so stupid. Like, it's so stupid. It's like, it's just frustrating, you know? You would think that they have learned the lesson on 2 after 25 plus years. But it's just like, they just gave the Uro decks the best answer against Uro decks. It's just like, what's wrong with them? You know? What are you even thinking? Also, hashtag sequencing. I guess it doesn't matter. Like, it's exactly the same. So never mind. Just only love for blue reignited. After consider making green the best call in the game. Fair enough. Fair enough. We have made blue and green way too strong. So now we're just gonna make only blue a little bit more strong. Because people are complaining about green. Just like... Anyway. This is one of the awkward scenarios where I would actually like to call for a Rhyming App, even though it's banned in this matchup, but because of how the early turns got sequenced. Anyway. Point is exactly cantrip into fetch, opponent cantrip into fetch, opponent is exactly fatal push, opponent pushes the core, yeah. It's just prowess for you. Would you be kind enough and stop saying the word exactly? Yeah. It would help my win percentage, I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much. Come on, opponent. Am I really 10 minutes ahead of my Prowess opponent? Just gonna give them the test. Prowess is the new Phoenix. It's possible. It's possible. I mean, I do think that Prowess does struggle against removal. I do think that Prowess does struggle against removal, so there's that, but... Deliberate, methodical, intentional, thoughtful play coming from the opponent, yeah. We definitely have to kill this spear here. You got the Gargs. Interesting. Have a cheat code automatically puts me 10 minutes ahead in every game? Maybe. I won't tell you. Pillage my land. Sure. Honestly, pillage seems kind of weird. If they had Molten Rain, I would understand it, but pillage is... I don't know, it's kind of awkward. Seems like it doesn't do enough for them. Alright, I'm gonna go for Reclaimer. And I know it that I'm totally gonna get God, but... Not gonna lie, Eidolon. Eidolon is real pog here. I'm at 19, so I'm going to take the... Oof. Good stuff, good stuff. Lurrus is gone. We already have another flagstones. So just gonna get field here. ¿Crees que este puede ser la fidelidad? Básicamente cambio cosas todos los días, Pedro. Estoy tratando de encontrar una lista que me guste contra todo, básicamente, y es muy difícil de lograr. Why no bug in response to the command? This was summoned sick. Yeah, how do all the mana tap? Yeah, but this was summoning sick. I can't activate the ability if this is summoning sick. Brutal. How can I do this? I guess we have to sack this in order to trigger field now. That's okay though. I think that we're in fine shape here. I think we might have successfully taken over this game. Fire. Just pass that. No significa Flagstone. No, so I don't have any more lands with different names. So if I sack Flagstones here, I'm gonna get another Temple Garden, and that means that I'm not triggering field. So since I'm not triggering field, I'd rather trigger field. Not that we really needed that, but that speeds up this significantly because we already have lethal now. We didn't need to do anything, so we probably were not going to. Pillage. My opponent has Pillage in their deck. That is really interesting. Definitely important. Definitely interesting to note how important Eidolon was in that game, right? Okay. So one creature. White source. Yeah, that double creature might just be too much. I guess if I find the white source, maybe I can catch back up, but seems really tough to do. White source, easy. Croxa? Why is that card in their deck? That doesn't sound very good. Okay. Okay. So I think we Eidolon here. That slows my opponent down considerably. Next turn we can Dryad plus Purge. Yeah, my opponent is like I don't understand why they have Croxa in their deck. This card should probably not be in their deck at all. Okay, so there's this the Thoughtseize, but that's the spell that they play for turn, right? That's it. They can take probably my Celestial Purge here. They took the Dryad. Interesting. I think I'm gonna double block here. We traded Thalia. They kind of have to take the ride. Why? Dryad plus Eidolon is super cool. Not really, because I cannot really block, right? Because if they bolt what my dude, then the lock is over, right? We have multiple draw steps that win the game here. Croxa again. I think I'm gonna save the Purge for the Croxa. Titan? Cool. Let's hit Titan next turn. Couldn't that forest make Dynamite? Yeah, Ghost Quarter too. We Ghost Quarter here, we get the other forest, and this is a repeated land. So, because this is a repeated land, I would not be able to trigger field. Yeah, we can blow up the flagstones and we're fine. We get Temple Garden with the flagstones trigger, and we get the actual basic forest with this other trigger. All right, this is great. This is great. Yeah, I've been impressed by Eidolon in this matchup. I have been pretty impressed by Eidolon in this matchup. Pretty impressed by Eidolon. Primeval Titan. So 1, 2, 3. Ghost Quarter. Use Ghost Quarter's ability, find the forest. Use Fluxon's ability, get a Temple Garden. Boom, boom, boom. Primeval Titan. Field Bojuka Bog. Pass the turn. In this specific deck, Eidolon is looking like a rock star. Yeah, I mean, in this specific matchup, really. In this specific matchup, Eidolon really shines. Of course, it did help the fact that my opponent brought cards like Pillage and like Kroxa. I don't know why my opponent has Kroxa in their deck, honestly, post-board against me. Maybe there are some matchups where it makes sense, but I know I could have gone for Dryad, but this means that I can't lose, right? And if I can't lose, I might like there might be something weird that can happen there. Like for example, they have a push, right? They have a push. They cycle this. They push my Dryad, and then I attack my Titan. I don't know, but like with Corsair, this Titan, like we're super stabilized, and the opponent cannot win anymore. All right, 4-1, that was actually a 3-2. We lost twice against Reclamation decks, against both Temur and Sultai. We did beat Prowess though, which is exciting. We did beat Prowess. The Cyber plan looked pretty solid, honestly. Just having access to Firewalker, Eidolon looks really, really good in the matchup. Thalia did a lot of work, actually. It's like Thalia kind of came down and died every single time, so it's pretty tough to see how much work she was actually putting in. But if you look a little bit closely, you're gonna see that like Thalia kind of double time walked my opponents there. Like it made them. I played the Thalia on 2 and my opponent spent their turn 3 spending 2 mana for a Thoughtseize. That is pretty good. That is pretty good for us. So even though Thalia sometimes just comes down and it's a Lava Dart, when they don't have the Lava Dart, like the amount of work that Thalia does at stabilizing, it's kind of insane. Thoughts about the list. 28 lands felt nice. 28 lands felt nice. I do like this. I think I overall like this configuration. The Gargaroth, it's still like now that I cut the Knight, I feel like the 60th card right now is the Gargaroth. This is there because it's really, really good against the Ponza deck, and it's also very, very good against the Prowess decks. So those are the reasons why the Gargaroth is still in the deck. that does not mean that I'm sure that it should be a card in the deck or anything like that. And yeah, I wonder if there's anything that we should do against Uro. Like, how can we attack Uro? Because, like, again, like, we can probably beat Uro decks more often than not, but, like, when they have nonsense like Nexus of Fate and Wilderness Wreck and stuff, like, things get a lot tougher. So, is there anything that we can do? Some Grave Hate? I'm probably gonna regret this, but what if something like that were to happen? Maybe. -1 Golos, my 1+1 stick. I have been really... I have actually liked the Golos a lot. I have liked the Golos a lot, so I don't really think I would want to cut it. Just play Death Right? Oh yeah, that would be amazing. Relic would be cool too. I don't think I want to play Relic. I don't want to play Relic in my Eternal Witness Eldritch Reclaimer deck, right? Ramming Up Excavator. We actually do have a non-zero amount of graveyard synergies going on. Getting close to being Modern Maverick. Jesus, get out of here. Extra Autumn might be nice. Yes and no, really. Because, like, I'm not excited to play Night of Autumn. I tried Teague already and it was really bad. Like, it just ate a push or a bolt, and then my opponent just went about their life doing whatever they wanted. So, what did I cut for the use? I cut Steve. I cut the Steve for the use. I'm still leaving the Shrimploaf Druid. I've been pretty happy with this card. But yeah, I don't think I want a second copy of Night of Autumn. I cut the second copy of Night of Autumn for the third copy of Purge. That is the changes that I made to the sideboard since the last time. And I think I'm okay with that, actually. Night is Mono, which is great. Yes, but this is a modal spell that answers Blood Moon, Monastery Swift Spear, and Ashiok, right? So they just do different things in different matchups. El luz me parece increíble. Puede ser, Pedro, pero la verdad que no sé. No, habría que verlo. La verdad que no lo testé todavía, si te soy sincero. Alright, thank you so much if you're watching YouTube. I appreciate it. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.